Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Supposed to be on the plane. It got delayed, but I felt like there's some things that I could help you guys with as far as what's kind of going on. So on a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had what's called a PPI. On That was Wednesday. On Thursday, we will have PPI, which is Producers Price Index. And I just want to show you guys some of the things that's happening with the market so we can get a little better understanding. And then I'm going to just show the close so we could see what is going on. So let's go. You guys know to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, right? All right, let's get to it. All right, so let's go to exactly what's going on here, right? So this was Wednesday's indices, the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. As you could see on my video prior to this one, I talked about how it kind of runs up in the morning, kind of sells off, and then go back up, all right? I want you guys to watch the video that's going to come in this box because you'll understand. This will show you clearly what I was talking about. All right, let's look at what's going on. As we could see here, it went up, came down, right? And then went back up. But something happened right here around 3:20 Eastern time. And then it began to rebound. And as you could see, all of the indices kind of did a little sell-off towards the end, and then we kind of had a little bounce back, right? And so PPI is what the market is holding back for now, which I will go into a little bit more. Just 1 second, I want to show Wednesday's close and kind of line all of this up, all right? Here we go.
About 30 seconds left into the close. The S&P 500 holding on to most of its upside for the day, although it has moderated those gains at 44.70, up about 2/3 of 1%. Market breadth has been strong all day. Russell 2000 up 1%. The NASDAQ once again the leader as bond yields have receded. The 10-year yield down below 390 on that much cooler than expected CPI report. That's going to do it now for Closing Bell. We'll send it over into overtime. It's Morgan Brennan and John Ford.
Well, as the stocks settle, S&P and NASDAQ closing at fresh 52-week highs just now on that softer CPI reading that sent Treasury yields tumbling too. That's the scorecard on Wall Street.
So as you could see, the close wasn't as good as the bounce when we got that good CPI number, Consumer Price Index. So let's go to what I want to show you guys. Let's look at the indices now. As you could see, the Dow is up a couple of 100 points, and now at the close, that's where we are for all of the indices. Now, what I want you guys to see is actually this, okay? This is what I want you guys to see. For those of you that don't know, we want to continue to educate. All right, here, June data for the Producers Price Index, which is coming at 7:30, should I say 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, AM. We will get the PPI, Producers Price Index, right? June data for the Producers Price Index. Another well-watched gauge of inflation is due Thursday before the bell. So about an hour before opening bell. Both price indexes are being watched for a tea leaf, okay? For tea leaves on the path of inflation. So if they come in softer than expected, then the Fed won't have to, raise interest rates as high. He would be more dovish and less hawkish. For those of you that don't know, a hawk is aggressive. So the Fed will be more aggressive. Dovish means that he would be more light, like a dove. All right. This is what some of this stuff means for those of you that are new. I just want to bring you guys along with the family. Okay, both price indexes are being watched for tea leaves, as we went over, which investors see as potential harboring for how the Federal Reserve will move interest rates going forward. Right? That's what we just talked about. The market is pricing in approximately 94% chance of a Fed, look at this, 94% chance of Fed raising interest rates at the July meeting, according to the CME, all right? Fed Watch, right? And so that's what's priced in as to another interest rate hike in July, though we know at this point that we're talking about 25 basis points, okay? Not 75, not 25 basis points, okay? But so what we need to understand, and this is what I want to point out to a lot of the new people here, what exactly is CPI? The Consumer Price Index, otherwise known as CPI, is a measure of the average change over time. Remember, change over time, not just the number, but the change over time. All right, month over month, year over year, in the prices paid by urban consumers for a market basket of consumer goods and services. Okay, indexes are available for the U.S. in various geographic areas. Okay. Average price data for selected utilities, automotive fuel, and food items are also available. So that is CPI. Remember that. CPI, Consumer Prices Index. Basically, what we consume, it measures the rate of change of goods and services that we consume month over month, year over year, right? And the Fed really likes to look at what's called core CPI, right? Now, that's one of the things that they like to look at. So on a Thursday, an hour before the bell opens, we will be looking at PPI, otherwise known as the Producer's Price Index. It measures the average change over time in the selling prices received by domestic producers of their output. Okay? The prices include in the PPI are from the first commercial transactions for many products and services. This is known as PPI. It measures the change in rate by producers. Okay? So things are produced before they're consumed, right? And these are some of the things that the Fed looks at. But there's also another thing that the Fed looks at, right? Look at this. The Federal Reserve prefers the PCE, or otherwise known as the Personal Consumption Expenditures, all right, price index, to gauge inflation over others. And so I'm sorry, it gets kind of confusing, and I'm just trying to simplify it, but it just measures the rate of change year over year and month over month, right? And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So we have PPI still to come Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is an hour before the market open. I'm trying to keep all these time zones together because I'm an hour behind New York time. I'm Chicago time, and then I'm about to run and go to the East Coast, all right? So it's just the West Coast. So it's crazy with these time zones. But here's what I want to leave in closing. When you're doing options on daily, this is what I was talking about that normally works for me. Now, remember, there's 1,000 roads to success in the stock market. Not one size fit all, but this happens more often than not. On a green day, the pre-markets is showing green. And then what happens? Things shoot up. The prices of your stock, the cost of your options, they shoot up in the morning and then they cool off in the afternoon. If you saw that on this morning video, please leave me a comment. And then what happens? Then they start to buy again. So I generally on my options, I try to buy here and then I try to sell here. Wait till it cool off and I buy again. And then I either sell or hold till the next day if I see enough momentum coming. All right. That's what I wanted to show you guys. But I also wanted you to know about PPI coming tomorrow. And the truth be told, it could not be the same information as CPI. The Producers Price Index could tell us one thing while the CPI told us another thing. We think all roads are green now, but we have to wait until we get the Producers Price Index, which will come Thursday morning, all right, an hour before the market opens. That's all I wanted to leave with you guys, all right? I know this is not a hot stock pick, but it's things you need to know, okay? You need to know these things, right? So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Make sure you check out the top link below. Stock Up You. Just come over and learn. Stop being cheap. What you don't know is costing you. And then, of course, Moo. All right? Get those deposits in and let's go, good people. Now I got to go run and get a plane. Pray that I have safe travels. But I'm going to be keeping you guys abreast on what's going on to the best of my ability. All right? We'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, learn, and earn.